morning, Mr. Pahuja. I'm so glad to welcome you to this summit and for the fireside chat on sustainability reporting and practices in India
Very good
and the
morning,
net
Mr.
zero.
Vishal.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for joining us. Since we only have 15 minutes and you've already been introduced, I'll go straight to the agenda.
Sure.
I have, kind of conceived a few thoughts which I would, discuss with you. At the COP26, Mr. Pahuja, the world noticed Dalmia Cement's presence. Mr. Singhi, the MD of Dalmia Cement, he shared stage with the world's who's who. How's Dalmia Cement taken this leadership position on climate and sustainability? Can you help us understand that?
Yes, sure. Mr. Vishal, the vision of Dalmia Cement being to be a leader in building materials and evoke pride in all stakeholders through our customer centricity, innovation, sustainability, and our values. In fact, this vision has helped us to take the lead in the global low carbon transition. It really creates a sense of pride once we are in the leadership position, and we are recognized all over the globe for the sustainability actions which we have been taking. So with this vision, we have been proceeding ahead and taking various sustainability actions, because of which initially through various circular economy measures as well as energy efficiency measures and also fuel switchover measures, we became globally #1 rated cement company by the CDP, Carbon Disclosure Project, in terms of low carbon transition. That really gave us a sense of pride in 2017 when we were ranked #1. So after that, then we started working. Then how do we take this leadership position forward? So beyond that, then the only next challenge was that as the Paris Climate Agreement also has identified that by 2050, the entire world has to switch over to carbon neutrality. And there were calls by various climate leaders that industry should also take these kind of ambitious challenges. So when it was discussed at the management level at Dalmia, we thought that having taken the leadership position on sustainability and having perhaps one of the lowest carbon footprints in the globe in the cement sector, so the next bigger challenge, Dalmia Cement is, I think, perhaps the best placed to take the challenge of becoming carbon neutral or carbon negative. So when in 2018, we were the first cement company across the globe to have taken the challenge of becoming carbon negative by 2040. That gave us entire visibility when we came up with a roadmap, how we are going to achieve it. We shared all the technical details. We believe in transparency. So because of that, we shared with the world how we are going to achieve it. Initially, the world was skeptical that how you are going to achieve it. Once they were convinced that we actually have a clear-cut roadmap in front of us and we are already as per our target in achieving that roadmap, then the world really believed, and then they also started following. Today, as a result of which when in 2018 we were the alone single cement company, today nearly 50 to 55% of the global cement industry has taken up that initiative of becoming carbon neutral by 2050 through GCCA, that is Global Cement and Concrete Association. So this kind of leadership position and the first mover concept for the Dalmia Cement has given us a lot of pride, and that the visibility which was created, because of which we were invited by various forums in COP and also by the United Nations Secretary General at the UNSG General Assembly in New York that was held in 2019, rather 2019 in New York. There, Dalmia Cement was invited to share their roadmap across 65 world leaders in the United Nations General Secretary. So this visibility has created a lot of pride for us, and only it has created a replication kind of scenario for the rest of the cement industry to follow suit. So this kind of initiative has really helped us not only create pride in our organization, but also it has created a role model for the rest of the industry to follow suit. Right. And this vision has then really created the the visibility in the COP 26 and various other COPs also. In fact, our visibility in COP meeting started at COP 24 in Poland, in Katowice, where our chief executive, Mr. Mahendra Singh, shared the dais with the United Nations Secretary General and the President of Poland. And then he also had a fireside chat where he shared his roadmap of 2040 carbon negativity in the inaugural session of the COP24. And after that, Dalmia Cement has been regularly being invited at various high-level discussions, at various COP meetings at Madrid and then at Glasgow.
Right. Very interesting. In fact, Mr. Pahuja, so heartening to know that you said more than 50% of the cement manufacturers globally, they have committed to net zero now. And I think, if it comes from a sector like the cement sector, I think the world is definitely going to change. So that was very specific about Dalmia Cement. But, generally speaking, Mr. Pahuja, what I understand is that reporting sustainability is also, is as important as practicing sustainability. Why is it that reporting of non-financial performance of the companies has become so important suddenly, Mr. Pahuja?
In fact, the awareness about the drastic negative impacts of climate change is so enormous. The kind of feelers that are coming from organizations like IPCC, that if we do not do it by 2050, or if we do not restrict the carbon dioxide emissions to 1.5 degrees C by 2050, then we cannot save the planet. There will be enormous disastrous consequences, and that will have impact not only on the general population as such, but industry will be more severely impacted because of the severity of the climate actions, for which in the last few years we have already started seeing the negative impacts in terms of increase in number of droughts or increasing in temperatures in Europe and Canada, etc. Number of people dying. So that has created awareness amongst the stakeholders and public at large, general public at large, about what the governments are doing about it, what the policymakers are doing it, and individually what the individual cement company or individual companies, be it in industry or be it the transportation sector or be it the IT sector, what they are individually doing to save the planet. So once they are doing it, the industry must know, the general public at large must know what they are doing. So from that angle, the transparency has become of prime importance. And today, in order to create transparency, it is very essential that we report the sustainability actions, the non-financial sustainability actions through integrated reporting. And Dalmia Cement again was the first in the Indian cement sector to start reporting the 6 reporting parameters of sustainability and publishing it in our public domain. So with that, we have started the transparency in our business. The stakeholders know what we are doing, how we are pushing it, about it, and how serious we are about our sustainability actions in order to save the planet.
Right. I understand. Another significant thing, Mr. Pahuja, that I've noticed is that, usually the stakeholders, and particularly the shareholders and the influencers, they are the ones who influence the agenda of the board and kind of, push the companies towards net zero. In the recent scenario, in the current scenario, do you think the customers are also kind of influencing the board agenda and pushing the boards to, to look at net zero now?
Certainly, this has already started happening, but more particularly in developed world, where customers have become more aware about this, because the consequences of climate change have already started happening in those countries. So customers have become aware that they also have to play their part in influencing. So how they can do is that by switching over to the sustainable procurement practices, that is buying the low carbon products or buying the products which are having low carbon footprint. So in very recent years, there has been a lot of awareness
for interrupting. sorry for interrupting, Mr. Pahuja, but do you think there is enough information in the public domain on the products carbon footprints, and are the consumers well aware of that now?
Not really, not to that extent. But the forward-looking companies have started voluntarily reporting. So I believe that sooner or later, like energy balance sheet or like the financial balance sheet, the carbon balance sheet also should become mandatorily reporting. So once that happens, then perhaps there'll be more of awareness and more of transparency. But the forward-looking companies have voluntarily started reporting their carbon footprints and carbon balance, and that's why those kind of companies are better performance, and their stakeholders are also are taking keen interest in how their companies on which they are having the stake, how they are performing in terms of the carbon footprint and the low carbon transition for the future.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Pahuja, for taking out this time for this chat with us. I thank you on behalf of CSR Box and wish you all the best for your journey from gray to green.